Okay, Bill, this is a pretty unique and special opportunity for small businesses, a chance for a commercial at the Super Bowl, but why were you attracted to the project?
Well, because it's actually for a small business. So I partnered with the folks at Intuit QuickBooks, and their CEO, Brad Smith, great guy, he's a big fan of small business owners. So the one stipulation was that you had to have a small business with 50 employees or less, which is great. And it's giving someone the opportunity to be on the stage with the biggest companies in the world, the Anheuser-Busch, the Doritos, the GMs and Chryslers. And here you are, you're going to have a small business in that same realm with 50 million people tuning perhaps. I don't know how many people will be watching, but it's going to be the biggest stage in the world. So I thought, wow, what an opportunity. And I go back 10 years when Donald Trump hired me on. He changed my life. Now it's coming full circle, and I'm being able to change the life of some other small business owner. So it's going to be magical when that ad runs.
That is awesome. And there was 15,000 entries, a lot of interest, and you're down to the final 4. So what about them stood out for you?
Well, it was interesting because all the 15,000 people or even more applied, and it got narrowed down and narrowed down. And then it was turned over to the 8,000 employees around the world at Intuit QuickBooks. And they voted, and they picked the final 4. And what's unique about these final 4 is you couldn't have picked a more diverse final 4. And last week I personally went and visited all 4 of them. I did it in 36 hours. It's like crisscrossing the country. And I started in Raleigh, North Carolina. And it's a young couple, their boyfriend, girlfriend, and they started this business called Barley Labs. And they're basically dog treats for dogs made from spent barley at a local brewery. They're all natural, they're organic, and they're doing this business in their kitchen, and it's taking off. And then from there, I flew up to Duluth, Minnesota, and I met a family. The husband in the family lost his job because of downsizing. He took 3 mortgages out on his home, and he created a company called Locally Laid. And it's providing locally laid eggs to restaurants and grocery stores in the community. And he's got his life savings on the line, and he's doing well. He's at maximum capacity. He's producing eggs that are healthier for people because they're free range and they're grass fed, so they're lower in cholesterol, they're lower in fat, and they're better for the environment the way he's raising these hens. So I thought that was great, and I love a guy who's putting it all on the line. And then from there, I flew to a town called Nampa, Idaho, and get ready for this. 3 guys, 2 of them were out of work. They created a company called Dairy Poop.
Good name.
I said that right.
Dairy Poop.
Brilliant idea. They are using the byproduct of the dairy cows, which is the poop, and they are composting it and creating fertilizer. And they've got a great slogan. Their slogan is, "Oops, I pooped my plants."
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, but it's odorless fertilizer, and they're getting great results. They're getting amazing testimonials. People are writing in saying, "My tomato garden's yielding more tomatoes than I've ever seen because I'm using dairy poop," on and on and on. So from there, I went to Oakland, California, and another great company. All 4 of these companies are absolutely amazing. And this is a young woman who was an engineering student. She got her engineering degree. And she said, when I was growing up, there weren't any toys that helped lead me in that direction of engineering. We kind of segregate the boys and the girls, and boys are going to play with trucks and construction things, and girls play with dolls. So she created a game that helps encourage young girls to take a liking in engineering. And her company's called Goldilocks, and she's doing really well. She's already got it in Toys R Us and in other retailers, and again, took a risk, had the idea, and worked her tail off, and she's in the final 4. So for me, to think about where one of these companies will be a year from now is mind blowing. Take any one of these 4, and you could take a company that's doing $100,000 a year in revenue. Let's just say Dairy Poop, for example. And they get this ad that's going to run during the big game. Well, all they have to do before that it runs is call up Home Depot or Ace Hardware and say, "I've got a commercial that's going to run in front of 40 or 50 million people. Can I get this on your shelves?" This company's going to go from 100,000 to 5 or 10 million overnight. I mean, it's going to not only change their lives. These 3 guys have 11 kids between the 3 of them. It's going to be generational because those kids will come up and take over the family business. And same with Locally Laid and Barley Labs and Goldilocks. I mean, they're all going to have a generational effect.
And you got to visit all 4. They all sound very different, but if you had to put your money on one of them, which one would it be?
You know what? I think they're all equally worthy. I think they're all going to have their lives changed no matter what, whether they win or they don't win, because Now we're talking about all 4 of these. I was on, a lot of shows today. I'm on your show today. So they're getting tremendous exposure. So I think no matter what, they've all won. But obviously one is going to be in the game level. And it's going to go to a completely different level. It's not even level. It's going to be into a different stratosphere, where they're going to be. So I can't pick one because I love them all, and I got to meet them all, and I got to see the hardship and the sacrifice that they're making, and really the risk. I mean, they're putting it all on the line. But that happens every day. And I think part of this whole program and the folks at Intuit QuickBooks, they wanted to celebrate the small business owner and let people know, hey, next time you're out shopping, spending your hard-earned money, think about where you're spending it. Is it going to that small business owner who's taking a risk, who's employing more people than any other sector out there, who's reinvesting in the community? So we're trying to celebrate them and educate consumers as to their value.
And I can kind of sense your passion for small business. So what would be your one piece of advice you would give to all the small business owners out there?
Well, I think, a lot of people love the idea of saying they're a business owner or saying I'm an entrepreneur, but most people don't like all the work that's involved. So if you want to become an entrepreneur or a small business owner, realize that you're going to have to work harder than you've ever worked. You're probably not going to take a paycheck for a long time, and it's going to require a lot of sacrifice. And if you're willing to do that, then you can achieve anything you want. I mean, you think about America. People can come here with virtually nothing, and in a relatively short amount of time, they can realize their dreams. I mean, that's amazing.
And you have had a lot of success in the business world, but also in the entertainment industry. Which has been the most fulfilling for you? Which kind of lights your fire?
Well, I think for me, I've been able to kind of have a hybrid. I've been able to be in the entertainment world, but I've been also able to utilize that in the business world. So my wife and I do a show called Julianne and Bill, and we basically showcase the opening of one of our restaurants several seasons ago. So we documented the opening of RPM and the construction and the whole process, and it was an amazing marketing tool. And now we have, a 3-month waiting list to get into the place. We've been open 2 years now. So I've been able to really embrace the entertainment world, enjoy it, and use that platform not only for business, but also we've been able to use the entertainment world to tackle a lot of important issues. We always said we're going to use this show for good and not evil, and we've been able to talk about infertility, and we shared our battle with breast cancer and all the work that I've done in Haiti to help inspire other people to go over to the country of Haiti and do work. So we've been able to use the platform very wisely, and it's been very rewarding, because there isn't a day goes by that someone won't stop me and say, thank you. My wife finally got a mammogram after watching your show, and she caught the cancer early, things like that. And when I hear that, it gives me the chills.
Absolutely. It does give you that platform, but it also comes with a lot of scrutiny, kind of being a celebrity, and I think you know what that means. So what would you do if your son came to you in 15 years' time and said, Dad, I want to be an actor, I want to go in the entertainment world? Would you warn him or would you encourage him?
Well, I would say to him what my dad told me. You get your degree. You go to college, you can go to graduate school, and I'm going to help him. And once you get your degree, you can do anything you want, because then you've got the insurance. But my parents never forced me down any road. I was free to do whatever I wanted with in sports, in music, and when I see these parents who are putting all this pressure on their kids and forcing them down a path, it's selfish on the parents' part, because they're trying to have their kids live the life that they never had, not live the life that the kid wants to live. And I would never want to be that kind of a parent.
Great. And after the contest is wrapped, I know you're going away for Thanksgiving. You finally got some time off. But what's going to be next for you in terms of your next business venture?
Well, we're growing the restaurant business. We've got RPM Italian in Chicago. We have RPM Steak, and now we're opening up RPM Italian in Washington, D.C. They just broke ground on that. I'm in the real estate business, and I'm excited to this partnership that I have with Intuit QuickBooks. If you think this was a good program, wait till you see what we have for 2014.
Ooh, can't wait then.
It's going to be mind blowing.
Perfect. Well, I can't wait to see who wins.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Yeah.